Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. We are still chugging along in our Linux challenge. We're still on Bazite. I'm starting to figure it out a little bit. I thought about going down a rabbit hole of looking at some other kind of distributions. So in this video, we're going to be looking at Fedora Workstation, the GNOME version, which is pretty standardized. The Vanilla OS, which is another interesting OS distribution, and then Solus. I've read that Solus is like a completely different thing because there's groundwork between each distribution, and some of them are a little bit like you have your Fedora, you have your Arch, and then you also have Arc. I don't know why I keep on saying Arc, and then is it Arch? Yeah, I guess it is. Then you have your like Debian Ubuntu. We're gonna do 8 gigs, and then we're gonna just. I feel like that's fine. Yeah, storage 30 gigs. Okay, we're in GNOME Boxes too, so let's rock and roll. Here we go. Let's see here. I cannot see this. I am at a 4K display, so I'm gonna. Hardware detection tutorial. Yeah, back. Safe mode. We'll live system. Oh, yep. Vanilla. Orchid. Now I am running this like in a VM. I thought about doing. I have a laptop that I don't use and just plug it into that, but then I feel like that would just make it a little bit more complicated. Jesus. Cannot install. Vanilla OS requires a UFN installer. That's hilarious. Maybe we're not doing anything on this video. Okay, press enter to continue. Well, that was fun. Can we launch that again? Okay, what about the failsafe? We'll do a failsafe. Not authorized to run in the background. Okay. Is there any way to like get device? Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Usually running a failsafe is also a good time. This is like, I think, my first time doing VMs too. Even on Windows, I wasn't doing it because I never quite understood. So I thought, like, hey, Linux can be also, hey, you don't have to touch anything. That's what, like, kind of the thing about Bazite is that you're mappable. And so there's certain things you just cannot touch. Not listed, we'll just do vanilla, okay. Password? Wow, this is hilarious. Vanilla? Oh my god. The uh that's weird that it's asking for a password. There's no way it's asking for like my root password. Um One thing too about what I've really liked about Linux is how like snappy everything is. I really just watched a video yesterday of this guy like doing a video of Vista and just like the installation process, and then doing installation process for how the hell do you get into this? If I Okay, what does this do? Okay. Okay, we could what about this? That anything? Wired. Okay, balance performance. Let's power saver. Okay, let's do light. This is weird. I guess shut down? Let's see. Let's try a restart. Can you? And then it was like, wow, this is actually pretty snappy. This is pretty snappy. Let's try this utilities and then hardware detection. Oh wow, what do we got here? It's reading the Ryzen 7. Okay, that's kind of cool. Disks. Okay, just one disk. That's on the. It's probably on the chassis. Okay. BIOS. Oh, leaking data. Okay, is everything just like switched to a command line? Screw that. Give me UI GUI. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna move on here then. That. Oh god. Okay. I'm just gonna hit this button right here. Oh. Oh my god, we are totally locked in here. Left. Oh. Wow, this is like actually really. I'm just gonna force that down that. We'll maybe come back to that when we get an understanding of what's going on. We're gonna try out Fedora Workstation. Fedora seems to be like cutting edge stuff in terms of it's all about the kernel level too and how they work with it. Like Ubuntu is kind of probably the most the stable version. Oh, it just didn't even know the operating system. That's why. We'll do UEF. What would do? 8. Because like Ubuntu is kind of like your go-to one of like, hey, yeah, this is how it works. Oh, we could also do a test. Let's do a test. A test work. Like everything's gonna be okay. You're not gonna have a lot of problems. Driver support is probably gonna be the best. Then you have like Fedora Core, which like uses the latest kernels and all that stuff. And so that like, if you have the latest tech, you probably want to do with that stuff. I want to figure out like, thing is, it's super zoomed in here. I can like, I'm still like trying to figure out some of this stuff. Oh, hello. Oh, whoa. Okay, not now. Okay, this is cool. So this is the kind of the GNOME environment too, compared to KDE. Those are like the big ones of like, hey, yeah, you have a toolbar up here, and then you have let's see here. We can get Firefox on here. Firefox is a lot of this stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. I don't even know what to put in here. Yes. UFO 3, isn't that the guy? No, got Blue Blur. Blue Blur Buster. Oh my god, there it is. Blur Buster, here it is. I can't do GNOME. I can't do GNOME. I just can't. I can't. It's like too Apple-y. It's too Apple-y. I can't maximize my window here. Oh, there it is. I guess it was hidden? Or I just have to double click on it? Oh, this UI scaling is not going good. This is okay. Let's play settings. Okay, let's see. Scaling at 2. Oh, it says it's at 200. What the hell is this resolution? Whoa, yeah, maybe don't crank it up to that. Yeah, 60 FPS is fine. That is weird. Okay. Okay. Keep settings. Okay, and then we'll change the UI scaling to like 200. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Here, how do you get my carousel down here? So yeah, it's all about like desktop workstation or like other desktop environments, I guess. I never quite understood why people would want that. But like the difference between like all these different flavors is like not really that hard. It's it's like what do you want to use to download your apps and all that stuff? But like, there's nothing stopping you from downloading any app because again, it is all just Linux. You know, there's like 30 different terminals. I'm a big console guy. I really like KDE console with a K. Is this how you like boot up all this stuff to show your apps? So this is like a really iOS kind of feeling and all that. Oh, the performance. That I will never understand the difference between these. I really don't. Like, what is going under the hood? Like, I don't understand. Oh, I understand what's going on. Not even showing up on my OBS. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Let's see, online accounts. Okay. Yeah, Office. So like, I feel like Fedora Core and Ubuntu are like I should say Fedora Workstation. When I was going to college for computer science, we had Fedora Core, and so that's who I assume Fedora is. It's all just like different versions and all that stuff. Fedora Core is a lot older. Oh, this is picking up my mic. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from like downloading, I guess Steam. Yeah. We're in a live environment, so it's gonna run like shit. It's all using like open yeah, you can just download it. And install Steam. Which version? Ugh. This is like another reason why I kind of don't want like Windows anymore. Is because when I watched this video of this guy talking about like Windows 11 versus Windows Vista, and it's just like, yeah, Windows 11 is not bad. Like, it really isn't. Like, the core of it is like, hey, this is kind of fun. But then you're like bogged down with ads. You're bogged down with like AI slop. Like, everything has Copilot. It's like, hey, I used Copilot before, but it's not great. What happens if I actually launch to Debian? Okay. 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 Is there a way to like install this? I hit install in this live environment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's also another cool thing about kind of Linux is that like you can get a live environment. And again, I've prefaced this in my first video for Bad Side is, hey, actually do a live environment for that because ooh, yeah. It just works. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, it's using a yeah, okay. Jesus. This is like crashes everything. We're in a virtual desktop. And so like the cool thing about Fedora Core 2 is like, or any Linux is like, you don't have to be on the internet. That was another interesting thing. Like this whole reason why I'm making this video is like, I stumbled upon this guy's video comparing Vista, which I was always a big fan of Vista. And I've always been a fan of the latest Windows that I got. Like I never tried Windows 8, but I heard like, it's not that bad. But Windows 11, I feel like this whole AI era bullshit has just gotten too much. And I did find it funny because it like prompts you with like, hey, hey, you got a free trial for Game Pass. You got a free trial for Office 365. You got a free trial for OneDrive. It's like, oh God, what have we become? And then like he compared it to like Windows Vista, which a lot of people hated. A lot of people hated at launch. Just like, oh, this just it was too advanced for its time, but it was just like snappy. Even like back then, like it was just snappy. If you had the hardware, I should say, because you like needed like 4 gigabytes of RAM when nobody had 4 gigabytes because like XP required 256 megabytes. So that's like a big, huge jump in terms of system requirements. And it's just like, man. And you don't even need like the internet too. Like you could just install this and be running. And I think it's pretty cool for. I'm very curious over the next like 5 years, 10 years, if like Linux is gonna start growing a little bit more as like people are starting to be like, hey, yeah, I don't like Windows, but I really don't like Mac. Because you have that, hey, yeah, you have a desktop that's like perfectly looks like Windows. Everything works out of the box except for like if you are just a standard user, this runs great. It uses very little systems. Like, hey, again, I have a 2013 MacBook that just runs perfectly fine. It's super great. I have ripped DVDs from it. I have done so much with it. I'm just like blown away that this laptop is like 11 years old and it works perfectly fine. Mac does not support it anymore. It just doesn't support it anymore. It just doesn't. It's like, so, well, what do I do? Like, put Linux on it, because Linux just needs, it needs a CPU and it needs X amount of RAM. And RAM is still pretty cheap. Like, I was able to buy 16 gigabytes of RAM for this thing. Of course, it's like slow as shit, but it's like, hey, it allows us to do anything. And then I bought a SATA SSD, and so it just like boots like this. It just boots like that. I think when I bought that laptop, and then like after a couple years, I put Windows on it, and it's just like, wow, this literally takes 5 hours to fucking boot up because of the slow spinning drive and all that stuff. And it's just like, man, this sucks. This sucks. And so I'm always impressed of this transition that I had for like Linux over the past few years of putting it on older hardware, as being like, you know what? It just works. And the extra stuff that I need, like, I have a Sound Blaster 4X. Bazzite just doesn't want to output the LFE, the low frequency audio to the sub. It sees it, or it doesn't. The Bazzite sees the profile, but for some reason it doesn't want to send the data to it. But if you put it in a 5.1 configuration, it does. It does. It's like, it's so weird. And then we've been talking for the past few minutes. It's not prompting me for an email. It's not prompting me for like a login or anything. It's going to prompt me to be like, hey, just give you a password, which is actually not bad. You can have it set to be auto login, but I've gotten so used with Windows 11 to be, hey, yeah, I'm just going to put in my password, and I live alone. No one comes to my house. Never mind. All my passwords are the same. It's all password. But like everything at my house kind of fundamentally has the same password. That's like really not a good thing to do, but it makes it easy when I want to log into my laptop that is used for recording consoles. I want to log into my home theater personal computer. I want to log into this desktop right here. If somebody's in my house and accessing these things, there are far worse things. If you're in my house and want to do malicious things, yeah, going into my computer is significantly worse. Or there is significantly other worse things, because like, hey, you know, you're in my house. Here we go. The exit live desktop. Okay, do I just hit reboot here? Oh. That? Yeah? Yeah, restart. One thing I really don't like is this, it will automatically shut down in X amount of time. Okay, just out into the boxes. Oh, it's. And I was just like so impressed by putting like MX Linux on my my computer here. Go. Oh, and now it's prompting me for a login. Yeah. Ah, that was actually pretty crazy. Okay. Live services, location service at no, we're that. Do LA. I love LA. Oh, Angel. I'm not there. Enable 3-party repositories. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. And next. Oh, okay. Wait, it never prompted me for this. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, I thought that was a password. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, and then put 1, 2, 5, 6, 5, 6. Super safe. Start using Fedora Linux. Because it was Red Hat and then Fedora Core and then now it's Fedora. Display output is not active. Well, that was fun. Okay. Let's check out Solus. This is again, when you download some of these, you could ask for it comes with different desktops. This is kind of interesting too. Hey, it's not just one. You can have a Fedora that has KDE Plasma. You can have an Ubuntu that has KDE. That's Kubuntu. You can have XFC. There's so many different desktops and all that stuff. I'm just gonna hit create. What does this do? Is this gonna error out again? Oh, I can't see this. Initialize automatic boot. Okay. I recently watched Solus, the Russian one. That's a crazy movie. And again, Linux is free. It's crazy. Because for some reason, Windows isn't free. Technically, Mac isn't free either, but it's weird. So you have Mac, which is a premium service that hey, yeah, you need to, you're going to spend a lot more for the service, but you're going to get a very, very closed system. A walled garden, I should say, not a closed system. And then it's fine. It's fine. But then when you build a computer, you're always prompted to hey, give us $100 and we'll have Windows on this installed. Even though it doesn't cost them $100, an OEM literally costs $10. So they're making a shit ton of money off that stuff. But then when you get into the Windows is hey man, do you want oh, this is, I feel like I've been doing something wrong. Is this Sydney? No, it's not. It looks like, I feel like this, no, it's a Chinese town, yeah? It's Hong Kong. Okay, a little bit slower on these live desktops. Oh. This is chugging. But yeah, we're in now they call it a bungee, but bougie. It says it in the top. You can get this in a KDE desktop. You can get this in a GNOME desktop too. Is this gonna work? I wonder if it's crashed or something. Okay. Oh no! Oh, we're working. Okay, let me pop this up. Still working with OBS here. So OBS, this OBS is so weird because I can't do a specific window. I can, but it's a little bit weird. I do open select. This the whole monitor. You know? Let's get this bigger. Let's get this bigger here too. There we go. So this is vanilla. You can see vanilla and base Fedora are very similar, but you could also get it for KDE Plasma, which is, your standard, looks like Bazzite, looks like all this stuff. Solus is a little bit different too, but you can also get it in a known desktop. The Bungee is more of a Windows toolbar. I like the toolbar instead of a title bar type of thing. But you can also get it in Plasma, which is the KDE. Then you can also get it in the XFCE, which is the super lightweight version. But you could do that for anything too. You could do that for that wrong. And then let's see cases. I think I've talked about this before, but the different flavors too. This is with KDE. This is with LXQT. So realistically, if you want the most stable, but then also wanted to check out here's another bougie desktop. So that's what Solus is. Cinnamon, which is what Linux Mint is. I really like Cinnamon. Kylan. So here's one with like, hey, this is better for support for Chinese. Here's Matt. Here's what is this? Kubuntu, which is again the XFC. A lot of these are just desktops, and of course with Fedora, you got I think it's just like workstation. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's some real spins. This is the spins. We got cinnamon. You know, a lot of, again, different flavors of what you want, and so it's i3 tiling. What is this? Whoa, what is this? Going online. I assume this is like for like serious like networking and all that stuff. I hope this video was fun and entertaining in any way. You know what? Let's just see what let's let it rip. Let's let it rip. I probably don't have enough RAM. Yeah. Probably didn't allocate enough RAM. Can I allocate a little bit more RAM here for this guy? Yes. Do 8. Oh wow, it was RAM. Yeah, and a lot of this stuff is like pretty update. Again, it's one of those things of like, hey, yeah, you're probably not gonna get a lot of viruses, but you don't really get a lot of viruses anymore. Like, I feel like Windows Defender is pretty good. You can all like the whole thing of like, hey, yeah, Macs don't get viruses is like such a bullshit like take. You can still get viruses, but it's a lot harder. I guess. I don't know. I might just be eating up my own shoe. Come on. I think we're done. I think we're done. But anyways, thank you on joining me on these, like, looking at different OSs, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out and wanted to build some, like, hey, taking it from, like, a person that is very familiar with Windows, and then, like, you know, let's dabble a little bit more in kind of the more technical side. And that's when I, like, pivot my whole channel to, like, 100% a Linux channel and all that stuff. Here we go. We're keeping it going, guys. Keeping it going. I wonder if I have to reboot it. If it like did it not like hold the RAM. Okay. Next. Hold on. Let's just let's see if we can force shutdown. See if it like will take the 8 gigs of RAM. Maybe I need even more. No, I got too much RAM. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I see your desktop. I see the desktop. There we go. We're up and running. I guess like some versions are not like really compatible with Boxy because this is like it booted up Fedora core real easily and all that stuff. Like we can go in here, just boot this up, and it like understood what it was. But yeah, this is a little trip down to the different distros of Linux, I guess. I don't know. I thought it would be interesting to do this video in my head. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative in some way. Watching.